Hi, this is Miss Oatness, and I just returned from a walk and found a cherry blossom. Actually, there's about 5 cherry blossoms on this little stem, and I want you to get a sketchbook that you're going to be able to use for all of our assignments. And it needs to be blank pages, just like the sketchbooks we use in our classroom. And then some colored pencils or crayons and a regular drawing pencil. Any kind of regular pencil will be fine, because we're going to start with pencil and then you're going to add colors. And you don't want to use markers because they'll bleed through. So just use colored pencils or crayons. I am going to use a Sharpie because I want you to see the details of how we're going to look at these cherry blossoms. Now, you can see from here that we have one that's open and one that's closed or from the side. And then I have a little one here that's a little bud. So that way we have a little bit of each. Now I'm going to move this back a little bit so that I can show you where I'm going to start. Now, the trickiest thing about drawing one that's open is you have to find out where the opening is. So you see that it kind of makes the letter C. So I'm going to start down here a ways, and I'm going to try to just make that shape that shows the cup of the flower. And in the middle, with your pencil, you can kind of show the little lines that are in the middle. And we have different petals. So this petal goes all the way in and ends there. This one, they're little ovals. And this one's there. And then this one goes around and goes back up to the top. And then when you're up here on the top, this is the tricky part too, because you just have a line going back and you have another line coming, and it kind of comes around and connects to there. And then this one goes around and connects to there. And you have a little line that comes down here. And there's your little cherry blossom. Now, you can show some lines. If you see some more lines in there, you can show where that comes out. There's a little stem, and that goes down and back to the bigger stem. Now, this little bud, if you want, start here, and it's really an oval. And it has little triangles inside it, and my Sharpie doesn't let me do any more, but you can probably do more. And then it's going to go back to the same place. Now, for this little blossom over here, again, I'm going to find what the inside looks like. And I see kind of a backwards C on this side. So I'm going to just kind of draw a little wiggly backwards C. And I'm going to find the top is that part that's up here and where the little lines are. Okay, and then I'm going to look for any lines coming out of there, and that's coming up to this petal, and it kind of goes back. It's very tricky. And I'm going to let that one be, this one's a little bigger than it really is, but there's a little fold right here. And then the one on top just looks like a little lemon. And then this comes around over here, and there's a line coming kind of out this way. And then that petal comes up, and that one's underneath that one. So you can actually, it kind of goes more like that. And you can put in whatever lines you want. And again, I can only see a little bit of the stem, and it goes back. And there's a place where they all connect, and I'm going to just stretch it a little bit. And there's little shapes that connect them, the little pods. And then my big stem is going back, and I don't have much more room. Now, for the one on the side, I'm going to go ahead and start here and come over. And I do not want you to worry if it looks exactly like these, because no one's ever going to see that again. But I'm going to go for the main oval. It looks complicated, but that's an oval. And then there's an oval coming down under here. It's much easier to do them from the side. And look for as many of the shapes as you can see. So there's one here, and then there's one up here, and then there's the other flowers behind it, and there's one down here. And I only see tiny, tiny bit of those little lines in there. And you can show any lines that you want. Everybody's going to pick something different, and there's no right or wrong. On something like this one, I'm just noticing that it kind of goes up a little further. Now, the one that's hiding behind it, once again, I'm going to start here. And remember, all stems have 2 lines because you want to be able to find that little green color. And this one has that little stem coming that way, And I see little triangles, and my Sharpie's really not going to let me do those. They're too small. And again, this one just goes up. There's a little oval here. I see an oval here. And then there's a little bud on top and some lines. Now, these, when I picked them, they looked really white. But now that they're on my white piece of paper, I can see that they're very light pink. The little bud is a little darker pink. So you can mix, if you don't have a pink pencil or pink crayon, you can just use a red very lightly and then go over it with white. So you just really soft red and then you go over it. And remember we've talked about this in the classroom, the white pencil kind of blends it all in and turns it pink. So have fun. And I will see you soon. Bye-bye.